out what everyone's chatting about today. In today's dish, it's all presented by our friends over at Stone Academy, because this morning GMA had an exclusive debut of the first full-length trailer of Disney's Aladdin.
Jasmine in the streets of Agrabah. We also see Jafar and Will Smith again as the genie. We even understand there's a new rendition of the song, A Whole New World.
Now, you mentioned Agrabah. I think, isn't that a song in the film?
The
Streets of Agrabah. Can you sing it?
No,
I mean,
the only one I know from that movie is A Whole New World. Oh, and A Magic Carpet Ride.
Oh, that one too. Was that in the movie? Well, no. I mean, that's a song, but I didn't think that was in the movie. On a magic cup. You don't know, but I don't think that's
a different song.
That's totally different.
Different
Is that
song.
Steppenwolf?
Not the one by Steppenwolf.
Not the one by. Oh, it's a totally. Okay, well, clearly we are very informed.
Let's watch the trailer. We probably should have done that.
Yes, but it's funny because, well, not funny, a lot of people were kind of on Will Smith's case saying that he won't be able to play the role as the genie. But I think people are starting to realize that, hey, it's totally different from the animated version.
Right. Give it a shot.
Give him a chance.
It's a classic.
If anybody could do it, I think it's Will Smith. And he's really funny in the trailer, so I think it'll be great.
And he's all blue, right?
Yeah, well, he changes from blue back to normal Will Smith, and
back and forth.
Back and forth again.
All right, it's in theaters May 24th,
yeah.
so we'll check it out.
You gonna bring the kids?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
They don't quite sit through movies yet.
All right.
We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
All right, get your butter and your syrup ready, because today is National Pancake Day. You could score free pancakes at 8 different IHOP locations in Connecticut.
That's where we're going tonight. They're serving up free short stacks of buttermilk pancakes until 7 o'clock tonight on the free pancake day. You can only dine in. There's no takeout. Can't do it. You can't just go in and say, I want my free pancakes, and leave. It's all part of the Flip It Forward for Kids event, and they're asking customers to consider leaving a donation for charity, and their goal is to raise $4 million for for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. Connecticut Children's
is one of those.
Is one of those up in Hartford. It's awesome. I mean, you go there, you get free pancakes, and you help the kids. It's all for the kids.
Yeah, and any amount helps.
Absolutely.
All right, so we have an exciting announcement. If you are a soccer fan, News 8 and MyTV9 are now the home of Hartford Athletic Soccer.
Yeah, it's going to be big. The agreement announced yesterday by the Hartford Athletic Chairman and CEO Bruce Mandel, along with WTNH Vice President and General Manager Rich Graziano, who says they can't wait to bring soccer to Connecticut's fan base, and the state's newest pro franchise will play 34 games, and 17 of them will be aired on MyTV9, which is our sister station. And the head coach, Jimmy Nielsen, and the players agree that the passion for soccer right here in the Nutmeg State runs really deep.
There's a lot of good history with soccer here in Connecticut. Now it's time for us to make some new history.
And I can definitely tell that there's a need and a want for it here. I know that people definitely are passionate, especially also with the TV ratings. I saw something that Connecticut and Hartford and New Haven area is always kind of up in the TV ratings.
Well, the season has already kicked off for Hartford. The team's first 8 games are on the road, but you can catch the first home game on MyTV9 on May 4th at 7 p.m. when the Athletic host Charlotte's Independence.
You used to play a little soccer back in the day?
Way back in the day.
Way back. I played 1 season. I scored 1 goal, and I was terrible. No, I was terrible. I was like, I can't play this game. But think about here in Connecticut. I mean, most kids, that's what they play is soccer.
Dante signed up for April. He's going to start.
So you have to bring him to a game. It's cool that they finally have a big professional squad here in the state. I think a lot of kids will be rooting for it.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so you've heard of the term liquid lunch. Well, a man in Ohio, is that your liquid lunch?
Yeah, it's just coffee, I swear.
He's trying to do liquid lunches, breakfasts, and dinners.
Yeah, this one is very liver for Lent. Del Hall is giving up food and planning to live off of beer.
What?
For more than a month. That's right. 46 days of nothing but straight brews.
How can that be healthy?
I don't know, but he's taken a nod back from the monks back in the 1600s who would fast during Lent with a Bach beer diet. I don't know if the beer was a little bit different back then, but hopefully he's not drinking IPAs. Maybe Michelob Ultra. You got to keep it low on the alcohol content.
My goodness.
Where's he getting his protein from, though?
That's what I said this afternoon. Wow. Well, he said he's going to check in with a doctor to make sure it's going
well, that's
okay.
good.
I'm sure he'll get the okay for that.
Yeah, let us know how it's going. That's probably why no one's done it since the 1600s, I would assume, right?
All right, but maybe Del should make a stop in Connecticut, because craft beer fans now have a new state-of-the-art facility to visit.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's Area 2 experimental brewing facility opened at Roads Brewing in Stratford yesterday. The new tap room will produce smaller batches that will take a little bit longer to ferment.
Here we're doing experimental beers, we're doing barrel-aged beers, we're doing a lot of souring. Beer that's brewed over at Roads. We have a pipeline, a 900-foot pipeline. It comes over here unfermented. It goes into these tanks. it gets fermented, and then that's where the art comes in.
In some ways, Area 2 is going to be a bit more like a winery than a brewery, because we'll be aging things in barrels, and it'll be 1+ years before they're ready to drink.
And there are more than 85 craft breweries in the state, and even more are about to open. So it's certainly a trend here in Connecticut.
I think I saw the guy, the Lent guy in the background. I think he
Dell
was,
made his way to Connecticut. That's great.
I think he was there,
All right. Well, there's good luck, and then there's great luck, and then there's this. A Richmond woman hit the Virginia lottery 30 times in one drawing.
How is this even possible? It happened on February 11th. Deborah Brown says she just had that feeling about the number 1, 0, and 3 and 1. So first she bought 20 Pick 4 tickets using the numbers. Then later she used the same numbers when buying 10 more tickets, and her lucky numbers earned her $5,000 for each ticket. The total of $150,000. Deborah, give us a call.
What are the chances?
I don't know, but I know we go way back with Deborah. Like, I know she's not in Connecticut, but I know she watches online every day. She's a big fan.
Are you trying to get your cut there,
Yeah,
guy?
here's my phone number, Deborah. Just call me, and we'll make an arrangement. You know, we'll do a little deal.
Sure.
We'll figure it out. Yeah?
All right.
Okay.
More now on the Bachelor drama. We've got an exclusive sneak peeks of tonight's finale. Can you wait? Are you on the edge of your seat?
I can't. I just want this show to be... No, I don't want this show to be over, but I can't wait because there's just so much drama. For the first time in Bachelor history, he's basically dumped the remaining girls, and now he's chasing after the one girl that said no to him.
Of course. That's always the way, isn't it?
Insane. So take a peek.
23 seasons of The Bachelor, and the script has flipped on reality TV.
He just jumped the fence.
Colton Underwood leaping over the fence, threatening to walk off the show.
Dude, I'm done with it. What are you going? You want to be done with the whole thing? Yeah. Done. Yeah.
Heartbroken after being left by the one woman he wanted to be with, the 27-year-old Bachelor then walking away from the other two finalists, leaving longtime host Chris Harrison to say this overnight during the live finale show.
Right now, there are no more women in Colton's life. That's the first time in Bachelor history that has happened.
Even the woman Colton was breaking off with, breaking the usual rules of the franchise, asking to talk away from the cameras.
Can you talk without all these cameras?
Yeah.
It doesn't usually go that way. This is how it usually happens. You join The Bachelor, eliminate contestants competing for your attention until you narrow it down to the final two. Then you pop the question to one of them and send the others home. Rarely does someone walk off the show, though this season saw several women eliminate themselves. And never before has The Bachelor himself walked away from everyone who's left, sending them all packing.
It's over. All of this is over. I mean, I started this with 30 women, and now there aren't any more people that I'm dating.
Even past Bachelor Jason Mesnick, who also threw out some of the rules in a final twist years ago, breaking up with the woman he was engaged to and running after the runner-up, tweeting last night, "Colton, I hope you handle it better than I did." Colton's answer, "I didn't." And so many viewers left with this scene, a sobbing Bachelor pouring his heart out in an unexpectedly real moment.
I just want to be loved back the way that I love somebody. But I don't know if that's possible.
And the mother of all Bachelor cliffhangers? Knocking on this door. The big question for fans, is Colton really going after the woman who walked off the show and broke his heart in the first place?
What if the bottom line is she's just not that into you?
Tonight we will find out.
Oh my goodness.
Guys,
I feel the same
are
way,
you serious?
Tom. It's
This
so
is
dramatic.
This is real love.
Poor
I mean,
Colton.
yes, poor Colton. Don't you feel bad for the guy?
Even a little bit. It's a reality show.
No, but it's a reality show, but it's true love within the reality show.
True
He's
love.
following his heart. He's following his intuition. He says there's only one for me, so I can't do this to the other girls. So he says bye.
So
He's
sincere. Oh, it's touching.
Well, he's respectful about it at least.
It's nice you're trying to find
Kind of, sort
the
of.
upside
Well,
here.
I love you, Colton. If things don't work out. call. Well, not for me, but you know, I'm sure
Where
we
are you
can find
going
somebody.
with that,
I don't know.
Ryan? What are you doing? You need a bromance?
She's single up. Well, yeah, we could be bros, I guess.
Okay.
But usually they come to Mohegan Sun, the couple.
Oh, you're gonna have such a great time.
So
talking
we're gonna
to them.
interview them, and I know you're gonna be front row, front and center, asking all the questions.
Questions that count.
I'm sure they will. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something much more interesting.
No way. She's drinking that Haterade. I think.
Wings?